Neil Hansford is an aviation consultant. I spoke to him a short while ago for his take on the numbers.
Not at all. I just hope that they've emptied the bucket and everything's been put out on the table.
Well, Qantas is restructuring. It's cutting nearly 3,000 jobs. It's splitting into a domestic arm and an international arm. Is that enough to turn the company's fortunes around?
No, it's not. And this restructuring and split, it's a management split. It's not a shareholder split. And until Qantas break up the company into two separate air operating certificates, domestic and international, and break them up so the shareholders have a share in a domestic and a share in an international, you are always going to have the ability to move money across within the company with management charges, transfer pricing and everything else. So this again is a little bit more window dressing in what is going into a very tough period in 2012, 2013.
Well, Qantas says it should be able to return its international arm back to profit within 3 years. Do you agree with that plan?
I would say there's not a chance, because when you're coming off a loss of 450 to 500 million at a time when Europe is in particularly bad state, you then got the slowdown in the energy sector in Australia with BHP deferring major developments like Olympic Dam. You're really looking for a miracle to get back something like $500 million a year loss.
It's a hard time, though, for all of the world's airlines. We've had the European debt crisis, we've had the GFC, natural disasters, the slowing global economy. So isn't Qantas actually doing quite well, considering?
It's doing well because it has a very good domestic business, which Alan Joyce talked about, the preeminent position. And it is if you were just looking at Qantas as a domestic airline, you'd say we have one of the best airlines in the world from a financial performance and every other measurable criteria. But when you've got something as bad as the international bleeding off so much money, it makes it harder and harder for the domestic sector to carry the load.
OK, Neil Hansford from Strategic Aviation Solutions, thanks for joining Business Today.
It's a pleasure, Sue.